All right, I'm here today as a resident, a mother, and a representative of the disability community in Belle Plaine, being an advocate for my disabled children, Hannah and Harper, in the community where it's personal, it's professional, and it's a civic responsibility. Raising children on a journey filled with joy, challenges, and deep commitment. As their mother, who both live with disabilities, they've come to understand that parenting in our family means also being a tireless advocate. Advocacy is not about fighting for services. It's about creating spaces where my daughters are seen, valued, and included. My presentation to you reflects my experiences as their advocate and a broader importance of the community engagement in supporting families like ours. While I understand this might not be the formal venue for the unpacking of the challenges that my family has experienced, I believe it's important to share why I'm so committed to pushing for more inclusion and accepting community for all disabled individuals, especially the children who are growing up here and the ones to come after them. Understanding advocacy means advocating, supporting someone's rights, needs, and dignity, especially when systematic barriers and social biases stand in the way. For me, advocacy has meant pushing for my accessible education, medical care, inclusive recreational opportunities. It has also involved educating others about disabilities, challenging stigmas, and building bridges across differences to ensure that participation in the community from the beginning. My role as an advocate for my daughters, I knew I would have to be more than just their caregiver. I became Hannah and Harper's voice in their classrooms, doctor's appointments, therapy sessions, and community forums. I've learned to navigate special education systems, medical bureaucracy, and often unspoken assumptions about what children with disabilities can or cannot do. Whether I'm speaking at a school board meeting or explaining accessibility to a local business, I'm constantly advocating for not only accommodations, but respect, dignity, and opportunity. Advocacy comes with emotional and logistic challenges, and it is exhausting to continuously push systems which weren't built for these children. At times, I felt isolated and discouraged, but every step forward, where it's a successful IEP meeting or a meeting of a genuine understanding from a stranger in the community, it reminds me why I keep going. Hannah and Harper inspire me daily and their resilience, and I owe it to them for breaking down barriers. Over the years, I've devoted myself to service in every community I've ever lived. In 2010, I received the Presidential Service Award from President Barack Obama in recognition of the commitment of giving back. I continue to do that. I've never imagined that I was being prepared for much more of a personal mission, advocating for my daughters with disabilities. They cannot speak, so I need to speak for them on their behalf, and for every other child whose needs may be invisible or overlooked. Belle Plaine has made meaningful progress in inclusive design aquatic centers, availability of adaptive swimming lessons. These are just examples that happen when accessibility and intention go hand in hand, but we can always and should go further. Disability inclusion cannot be limited to one space or one program. It must be reflected in parks, events, recreational activities, public buildings, communication access, and citywide planning. It must be a part of how we define what happened behind closed doors and be strong to a welcoming community. True inclusion does not happen behind closed doors as it happens in neighborhoods, schools, playgrounds, public places. And I work to ensure that Hannah and Harper can attend events without barriers, participate in programs that consider their needs, and form friendships that go beyond labels. I also partner with their parents and disability organizations to advocate in changes for the community level, like inclusive playground design, sensory-friendly events, and better transportation access. Being an advocate is not only protecting my child's rights, but it's also changing the culture. When families like ours are supported, when the children are included and the voices are heard, the entire community benefits. Inclusion fosters empathy, connection, and a richer, more diverse social fabric. By standing up for my daughters, I hope to create a lasting change in Belle Plaine that benefits all individuals with disabilities. My advocacy journey has been one of love, persistence, and purpose. Hannah and Harper have shown me the power of determination and the importance of community, and as their mother, I advocate, and I'm committed to ensuring to live by that word and see that their potential and celebrates their presence. And I believe that by working together, we can build a community where every child, regardless of ability, has a chance to thrive. So I come before you with just one question tonight. If your child was disabled, what would you want the city like? What would you want it to look like for them? That is the question I ask myself every day, and that's why we moved here. I'd like you just to consider making decisions for the future of Belle Plaine.
Thank you. Very well spoken. Thank you. Tracy Heim.